무력의 천재 내 타운이 천심을 터졌어 못해.
We're getting funky now. All right. Thanks again to our sponsors, and thank you at home for watching. Up at the top right part of the map in the red, trying to stay in the GSL from the site teamliquid.net. It is
Yeah, showing us some awesome timing attacks last game and decision making.
Yeah.
In the face of danger.
Looks like I'm MVP there for a second. Magikarp. All right. Bottom left part of the map in the blue from the team Infinity 7. Playing pretty impressively so far. He is.
Infinity 7.
Man, if I had to give If I had to give us a nickname to CrazymoviNG, like we have a lot of nicknames out there like the Kratos Protoss, for example, or the Game Genie Terran. I would call CrazymoviNG the Jackie Chan Zerg.
Jackie Chan Zerg?
He's the Jackie Chan Zerg, man.
He's got some. Well, Jackie Chan's got some crazy moves too.
Yeah, he does.
And both of these guys, you see, there's like a couple different types of StarCraft 2 players when you see them in the booth. These two are the type that like let their mouths hang open while they play.
Yeah.
Interesting.
MVP is also of the type.
Exactly.
Very true. That's a good observation.
Well, I've heard like in Korea they call them like flounder and stuff like that.
Oh, is that true?
They look like fish, sort of.
I didn't hear that, but that's really funny.
That's what I've been told by some Koreans, but I prefer to think of it as Magikarp.
Magikarp.
Magikarp players. But sometimes a Magikarp can become a Gyarados, and then
true,
it gets
man.
scary.
Gets scary.
That's right.
Hero doing some nice harassment here with his probe.
Yep.
CrazymoviNG said he's had enough.
That's right. Well, very normal openings from both of these guys right now. Hero opening with Gateway, wants to say very safe, could do a 3-gate or a 1-gate expand. CrazymoviNG getting his gas before pool, so he's going to be going a speedling expand. So now things are getting serious, Wolf.
Things are getting serious.
These guys want to win.
This is the final game, and this is actually Crossfire. Crossfire is like the coolest map for the sudden death, It's just this long line with all these ramps where AoE damage is just crazy. Colossi are going to kill a lot of units if they get made, man. Mews are going to kill a lot of units. They're going to harass really well, and I think this is actually one of the best maps, if not the best map for Mutalisks, and since we've seen CrazymoviNG can use Mutalisks quite well, I think this map plays into his style quite a bit.
I agree completely. It's absolutely true. It will be interesting to see if CrazymoviNG does decide to go for Mutas or not. Looks like this probe is going to get caught, but it would, after seeing both of these guys play, it's like actually a tragedy that one of these guys is going to get knocked out of the GSL.
It is really sad that one of them is going to get knocked out.
Both of these guys are so good. Hero is kind of newer on the scene. He's got a lot of potential. Looks like it will be a Stargate expand for Hero.
Yeah.
And CrazymoviNG is just this really explosive player, it looks like. It's so much fun to watch. Hate to see one of these guys get knocked out, but you know what? They have to prove it. They have to prove their worth.
Prove their worth, man. Test your might.
Test your might. That's right.
So what's happening? Well,
it's Mortal Kombat, man.
Hero is going to pull out the oldest trick in the book. He's going to do the Anti-Mage Void Ray expand. And it's going to be a pretty safe expand. You can put a lot of pressure on with this build. You're safe against almost anything. Really safe expansion build to do on this map.
Doesn't keep your probe safe from Zerglings, does it?
No, it does not. That probe just decided to fight at the end. He was actually
I'm gonna go down fighting.
Yeah, he was programmed to just sit there, and then he was like, no. And he defeated the program, then zapped the Zergling once and died.
That's right.
Well, what's really cool about what Hero is doing here is Forge Fast expand on this map and 3-gate Sentry expand on this map is so hard to do because it's so hard to wall off.
Yeah.
The natural is super wide open. That's why I really like the decision making of Hero to say, you know what, for this map, I'm going to do a Void Ray expand.
Well, the fact, too, that you can come right down a ramp into the natural area, too, gives a big advantage to the attacker rather than the defender.
Very true.
So, yeah, it's difficult to hold.
And it's a wide ramp, so there's no, usually there's no better concave advantage there.
That's right.
+1 melee weapons very quickly here for CrazymoviNG. There's the Nexus.
I like it.
I like it.
I like it.
Void Ray going around the top left to hunt Overlords, but CrazymoviNG has not left any out in the open over there. In fact, he's not left any Overlords to chance.
Well, that's a good decision. He's using the Zerglings to get the scouting information that he needs right now. Very smart move by CrazymoviNG.
Yeah, he's pulled all of his Overlords
Look at that.
back.
He's already got a Spore Crawler on the way. He is just so prepared, man.
He really is, and he actually he just read this build so well. He actually has not even seen anything that hints at a Stargate. He's not seen a Void Ray. He's not seen a Stargate. But he knows. He's like, it could either be Dark Templar or it could be one base Stargate.
Either CrazymoviNG knows his opponent really well, or he's just very smart. One of the two.
Well, he's seen. Oh, hold that thought. This Void Ray going to take a lot of hits here, but he's going to get 2 drones. Oh, no, he only gets 1.
Oh, wow. Taking a decent amount of damage as well.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. When you see that few sentries and a late Nexus, you know your opponent's teching. So he said, all right, there's 2 things that could be happening here. A Dark Templar expand or a Void Ray expand. Or it could be a Blink Stalker roll, and I guess potentially. But it's one of these 2 things, and I think since he's making sentries and not Stalkers, it's going to be either DTs or Stargate. So I make Spores, and I'm fine against both.
Exactly.
Getting a fast Lure, getting fast +1. Bopping Phoenixes.
Yep. Oh, that's the luckiest. Oh, never mind. He's not lucky anymore. He's like, act like a Zergling, act like a Zergling.
So is it, wait a minute.
More Phoenixes on the way now for Hero, and CrazymoviNG still having crazy good map presence. Oh, he is going to take a 3rd. He, interestingly enough, he took it after Hero scouted that location as well. So that's the thing, is his timings are just very, very good.
Very true indeed. Hero started to do that complicated wall off that you see on this map. A little bit of aggression by CrazymoviNG, but he's not committing. He wants to bait out some force fields, but Hero's not going to bite.
Well, CrazymoviNG is actually going for Hydralisks here, and that's a good decision because what you can do, forgetting to warp his gates there, what you can do is with Hydralisk range, you can actually deal with force fields pretty well.
Very true, and you know, with that ramp that you were talking about with Hydralisk range, you can start poking off units and...
Exactly, or pylons. Spire on the way too.
He looks like he wants to get that Hydra out more as a precautionary measure, though. I don't think we're going to see a Brood War-esque Hydra bust or anything like that. That does sometimes happen on this map. Void Ray is going to force a cancel on this base on here at the bottom right by the looks of things, though, because there's no answer for this.
Yep. He's going to leave it go for as long as possible. At least he knows, where that unit is. He is making 6 Hydras, but there's no way they're going to get there in time.
Yeah, they just can't get there. There's no creep in that direction.
Yep. Oh, did you see the Spire? He might have noticed it. There were some Overlords over top of it, so he may not have really seen it. We'll see. Oh, he's actually going to try to save it. He lets it finish. I don't know. Is he actually going to save this?
Maybe,
I think
man.
he is.
Oh.
He does. Wow.
I'm like, he knows the timing so well that we were wrong.
Well,
But now that these Phoenixes, if there's only a few Hydras over there, he can actually pick up the 3 Hydras and then still kill the hatchery.
He is taking another base, though, so he is going to be okay either way. Hydra range on the way, so it looks like he does want to commit to Hydras a little bit more, at least for now anyway.
Spore going down here as well. We're going to have a battle here. There's Hydras. Too many Phoenixes, though, I think.
Yeah, I think so, too. They've got a lot of energy on him. He's going to need to be really careful, And that 3rd will get taken out now.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice by Hero.
She's like, hey, have you guys seen any Hydralisks lately? They made them come through here. A little bit of Zergling run by attempt to do a whole lot.
That Queen felt like she could have taken on the whole army herself, but...
That's right.
But in this case, no.
Yeah, well, it happened to Dak too, man.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Couldn't happen.
Sappers start bragging about being able to pull the wings off a Gundark, and then you're dead. All right.
Well, you know what, man?
Not enough Hydras. One at a time is not the way to really engage a bunch of Phoenixes.
Yeah, well, there's no choice, man. Those Hydras unfortunately spawn one at a time.
Yeah,
I'm like, geez, Doyle, like, you can't gen the game.
I know, but it's
like reprograms the game so they all pop out at once. I'm like, well, that's cheating, Doyle.
It's still sad.
It is sad, and this is actually really cool timing by Hero. He has taken advantage of the fact that his opponent has gone Hydras. He basically said, well, if you go Hydras or Mutas, either way, these Phoenixes are going to be the right choice. And
well, here's the thing: is that Hero thinks he's got CrazymoviNG on 2 bases right now. I don't think he knows about the one on the left side of the map yet.
No, he does not.
He doesn't know about it. So he may think he's a little bit farther ahead than he really is, actually.
Yeah, and the Hydralisk count has gotten to be quite good at this point.
Yeah.
Something to note, though, is that Hero has +1. He's got +2 on the way, whereas CrazymoviNG does not have any ranged attack upgrades. He has attack upgrades for his Zerglings, but that's not going to be very useful against the composition he's fighting here.
A little bit odd. This has been the first game we've seen so far with CrazymoviNG's been playing a little bit off, Decision making is
nerves maybe getting to him a little bit.
I think so too. He did look pretty shaken and upset after that last game. He could have won it, and he knew that. That's a difficult situation to deal with sometimes. This is a big deal for him, man. This is like a lot of hard work he's put in.
Yeah, he's put a lot of hard work into this. This is a guy who, like we said, he played very few games before the qualifiers, but he tried to make each game count. and he's invested a lot into this. And this is kind of his first chance to shine, so of course he's going to be nervous. You know, Hero's already had that chance. He's been in the booth several times.
Yep.
He's quite famous, man.
Yeah.
But that is a lot of Hydras.
That is a lot of Hydras.
I'm like, are we watching StarCraft 1 or StarCraft 2 right now?
I would love to
I'm
see
like, I hope he has Psystorm.
You know, interesting fact, though, Hydras off creep run at the same speed as Zealots.
Very true.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that. They're like, oh, Hydras are so slow. But really, they're only as slow as your heart makes them, Wolf. You know, I think Hero's actually just going to kill Crazy.
I think so, man. He's just got too many Phoenixes.
Don't think he's got enough.
Guardian Shield going up here. 5 more Hydras on the way, +1.
Yep.
These Hydralisks is almost done, but it's not quite there yet.
Control is okay, but what's
nice control. Remember, he has Blink as well.
Yeah.
Good force fields here, but the Phoenix is not helping out just yet. There they go.
Look at that, picking off the ones that go around the outside of the force field. Very good decision by Hero there. And I don't know, man. It's just not enough. Yeah. Crazy moving. He played really well.
The game actually, in my opinion, came down to one misstep, and that was sending the Hydras to deal with the Void Ray.
Yep. GG. And Liquid Hero coming back to take the series from Crazy Moving. Look at the relief on that guy's face.
He went up against one of the craziest Zergs the world has ever known.
No kidding. Man, look at that. He's like, that was one of the scariest Zergs I've ever played. And poor Crazy Moving.
Man, looking a little bit upset.
You know, he played well. I think we're going to see this guy again.
I think we absolutely will.
I've got a feeling he's going to be around. He's certainly gained himself some fans so far. He's gained me as a fan, definitely. That was I think that made up for our last match a little bit. That's, yeah, it's nice to see a pretty good match.
Well, I just want to say we may actually get a chance to watch these replays as the next player set up.
We probably will, yeah.
But I want to mention that when he sent the Hydras to kill the Void Ray, it wasn't a dumb decision. It was actually smart. We were like, oh, he saved the hatchery. But
it was cool.
If you lose a few Hydras and the Phoenix control is out, the Phoenix count, is out of control.
Yeah.
Then you lose your next few Hydras, your next few Hydras, and suddenly it's like, I don't have an army anymore.
It's kind of like when the mutas are camping the production buildings in ZVT or something.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter what you make at that point because it's just going to get killed immediately. So.
Yeah, and then you're like, well, what do I make? He's got airplay. I need Hydras out. I need these strong units, but I don't have range upgrades. And then he just keeps killing them. He's got this huge attack force barreling down on me. I took a third base over at the top left, but I couldn't get any drones over there, and I can't really use it as a third base macro hatchery because it's too far away. I don't have creep over there. That's one thing I will say about Crazy Moving in all 3 of these games is creep spread was not very impressive.
Yeah, that is a good point. I mean, he's clearly got some progression to do. Overall, though, his muta control is just really good. That was what stood out, above everything else. But if he doesn't get the chance to get mutas out, then it looks like he's a little bit rusty yet around the edges. But I mean, if a guy can do that well playing 5 games a day, I mean, once he really starts to practice, I think we're going to see a lot of good games from him.
Yeah,
happy for Hero, though.
In him, we see so much potential. Anyways, guys, we're going to take a quick break, so don't go anywhere.